hose end repair. All right, so today's video is going to be about repairing a hose end on your garden hose. So I prefer these styles, the one with the threads and the screw to clamp over the hose. There are different kinds of hose repair or hose mend kits you can get. That's one version, it's plastic. I did the other hose way down over there feeding one of the drip irrigation lines with the metal version, which I prefer, but it seems like the water here corrodes or does something to the brass, bronze, or metal connector, so I'm gonna try plastic to see if it deteriorates as fast. Now the reason why I prefer this type is because it just looks a little bit more cleaner. So I've seen three kinds of hose repair kits. We got this kind, which is a metal one. I prefer this one. And then we have this, which is the one I have right now. It's plastic, but the same design. And this kind, which is okay, but it seems like it's not as clean looking, but maybe it's better because it has a better tension or compression on the hose. Regardless, they all work to fix the hose end. If you have a leaky hose end, it's not fun. You get your pants wet. All right, let me switch you over to the iPhone 11 Pro Max and do the job at the hose box. All right, so this is what we're gonna need for our hose end repair. We're gonna need 2 screwdrivers, a Phillips, and a flathead. You might be able to get away with just one, but it seems like the screws on these fittings are made for a flathead, but also has the Phillips on it. But to crank it down, tighten it up, it feels more solid using the flathead. So just bring both just in case. I have a chopping tool here. It's a Home Depot special, Husky. You can use a knife or a blade or some real thick scissors or a saw if you don't have that. And of course a hose with a messed up end. You can use your fitting style of choice, just as long as it's the correct end for the hose. All right, first make sure your water supply is off. There's gonna be some residual. This hose is on now, so click, click. Now if this looks familiar, this is the hose that I did the O-ring video on a while back. I thought I messed up because it leaked after I put the O-ring, but it wasn't the nozzle, it wasn't the O-ring, it was the actual hose end itself, which is this. So as a temporary fix, I took a nitrile glove, wrapped it around, and put this clamp on it. So this is a flathead, so we're gonna first remove this. I guess I don't have to remove this. So since we know it's defective, we're not gonna mess with taking that off. We're just gonna cut it about right here. So we'll take our chop, cut it about right there. Nice and clean. Now we'll take our fitting, remove the screws. So this will work on a 3/4 or a 5/8 inch hose. Screw there. Take that apart. Okay, so now we'll take the threaded end, seat it into the hose. We'll grab our clamp end, our clamp portion, and sandwich it over. Just take one of the screws and try to line it up. You can see it on the side here. Now lightly tighten it up. Now I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it is a Phillips, but when you use a Phillips, as it gets tighter, it starts to slip. So I recommend using a flat head, just because it has a more solid feel to it. All right, so we're gonna tighten it evenly. So we'll do a couple of turns on this side, a couple of turns on this side, and now we fast forward. All right, so we got it snugged down pretty evenly. We're gonna put the nozzle on, make sure it's off. Screw it on. Now, we are not going to stop, verify, check, and then turn the camera back on. We're gonna do it live to see if I failed in life. So put that there. It's off. Just keep your eye there to see if there are any leaks. Here we go.
Moment of truth. Who has faith in my fix?
3, 2, 1, go. Hose moved. I don't see any leaks. And just to show that I was not making this up, there's a spray. All right, there you go. So the additional optional OCD only step. So I did loosen it up again. So this lined up with the nozzle. I also made sure the screws were turned in the same direction or stopped in the same direction. Like I said, OCD optional. All right, thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.